Types of quantitative research. 1. This is by registration, which by registrars and licensed are particularly valuable for complete enumeration, but are limited to variables that change only, such as numbers of fishing vessels and their characteristics. 2. Questionnaires. Forms which are completed and returned by respondents. An inexpensive method that is useful where literacy rates are high and respondents are cooperative. Number 3. Interviews. Forms which are completed throughout an interview with the respondent. More sensitive than questionnaires, but they are better for more complex questions. Low literacy or less cooperation. Direct observation. Making direct measurements is the most accurate method of any variable, such as catch, but is often expensive. Many methods such as observer programs are limited to individual fisheries. Reporting. The main alternative to making direct measurements is to require fishers and others to report their activities. Reporting requires literacy and cooperation, but can be backed up by legal requirements and direct measures. While collecting data based on this report, interview was the best choice on collecting that data. Why am I saying interview is the best choice here? Well, this is why. Interview is the best data collection method here because it is accurate screening. Interviews help with more accurate screening. The individual being interviewed is unable to provide false information during screening questions, such as gender, age, or race. Number 2. They capture verbal and non-verbal cues. An interview is no doubt going to capture verbal and non-verbal cues, but this method also affords the capture of non-verbal cues, including body language. Number 3. Keep focus. The interviewer is the one that has control over the interviewee, and can keep the interviewee focused on track to completion. Another one is capture emotions and behavior. Interviews can no doubt capture an interviewee's emotion and behavior, similar to not being able to capture verbal and non-verbal cues. Online and mobile surveys can also not capture emotions and behavior. Advantages of quantitative research methods. Allow for broader study. Number 2, involving a greater number of subjects. Number 3, enhancing the generalization of the results can allow for greater objectivity and accuracy of results. Number 4, quantitative methods are designed to provide summaries of data that support generalization about the phenomenon under study. Quantitative research usually involves few variables and many cases, and employs prescribed procedures to ensure validity and reliability. Using standard measures that the research can be replicated and then analyzed and compared with similar studies. Quantitative methods allow us to summarize vast sources of information and facilitate comparisons across categories and over time. Personal bias can be avoided by researchers keeping a distance from participating subjects and employing subjects unknown to them. Disadvantages of quantitative research methods. Collect a much narrower and sometimes superficial data set, but results are limited and they provide numerical description rather than detailed narrative and generally provide less elaborate accounts of human perception. The research is often carried out in an unnatural artificial environment so that a level of control can be applied to the exercise. This level of control might not normally be in place in the real world, yielding laboratory results as opposed to real-world results. Number 4. The development of standard questions by researchers can lead to structural bias and false representation, where the data actually reflects the view of them inside of the participating subject. Let's talk about data processing. Well, the phase of the intelligence cycle used to convert raw information into actionable intelligence or knowledge are conceptually similar to the phase in data analysis. Data initially obtained must be processed or organized for analysis. For instance, they may involve placing data into row or columns in a table format, i.e. structured data for further analysis, which is within a spreadsheet or statistical software. Methods of data processing. We have 3 methods. 1. Manual data, electronic data processing, and mechanical. While manual data is processed manually without using any machine or tool. Electronic data processing is processed through computer data. A set of instructions are given to the computer as input, and the computer automatically processes the data according to its given instructions. Mechanical data processing is when data is processed by using different devices like typewriters, mechanical printers, or other mechanical devices. This method of data processing is faster and more accurate than manual data processing. Electronic data processing method has an upper hand compared to manual and mechanical. This is why most of data collecting firms prefer these methods. What is the advantage of electronic data? 1. Speed. Information stored and managed via EDP can be relatively most important on a well-maintained internal network or even the internet efficiency. Summary documents and relatable materials such as invoice reports and statements can be automatically and quickly generated via EDP. Number 3. Economic. It is economic since electronic data processing system is created and implemented over time. It has reduced the cost of managing data by a significant margin. It reduces labor, duplication of efforts, and repeated entries due to mistake in manual data entry are reduced or eliminated by EDP, electronic data processing. Let's talk about data analysis. The employability issue is what is really demanded in the world, in today's world. In UK, employers require the right skills to meet the ever-changing need of today's global economy. Also, the learning and skills sector that is working hard in order to assist in coming up with a better skilled workforce. The objective of this research was to develop a cleaner understanding of the skills employers expect for young people coming into the workforce to hold. Unemployment among 18 to 24-year-olds is still a big issue. The aim of the research was to know what employers expect from the younger people coming into the job market. We have analyzed about the employers' demand for better skilled workforce. For example, graduate employability, on one bar of the diagram, we have graduate employability, the skills they require to be employed. These are cognitive skills, key skills, career management skills, enterprising attitudes. Well, after they've gone through the employability program, employment of graduates, they acquire the following skills: fostering professional networks, engaging employers in the curriculum, developing employers' knowledge of the university. Promoting employability and ensuring success employability skills are the skills that have been deployed inside and outside the colleges. That is transferred to the workplace. Several students already have the employability skills companies are looking for, but they don't realize it. They don't realize that it is highly needed for their career. Employability skills can be listed as key behaviors, competencies, soft skills, transferable skills, personal skills, generic skills, and basic skills. These skills are considered to be employability skills. Some of the questions that employers ask are: can you do a job? Are you motivated? Do you fit with the organization? The figure above explains the factors considered when recruiting graduates, which is expected for employers. It is found the majority of 78% of the employers expect employability skills from their students. In terms of teamwork, problem solving, 72% of the value of positive attitude, 54% of weight age is for relevant work experience and industrial placement. Only about 41% is for degree subject, and the remaining 8% is for university. While the figure above explains the level to which the graduates are equipped with employability skills, we can see the majority of 86% of the students say IT skills are very important for employability. 85% of the respondents respond for application of numeracy. 83% of the problem solving, 74% of students prefer they are well equipped with self-management, and 59% express about business talent. What conclusion can we draw from this? One of the major problems facing the employability agenda is the discrepancy between the academic view, higher education to be for, and what the LTSN generic center and what the government views higher education to be for. Curricula designed to enhance employability are also of benefit on purely educational grounds too, and can be divided into 4 areas. 1. Knowledge and understanding of the subject that is being chosen to study. 2. Developing skills, both subject specification and generic skills. 3. Self-sufficiency beliefs. 4. Strategic thinking of reflection, thinking about what you have done and how it has helped you develop as a person, not just doing it. These dimensions will be developed through the program of study, the method of learning, teaching, and assessment of the student experience through any paid work that is undertaken whilst at university, and through their social life and involvement with guide activities. Employability is about much more than just key skills. We need to take care that we do not focus on key skills development at the expense of other important areas. Developing other areas developing the self more generally for good citizenship and lifelong living. We should be aware of the contradiction that in many cases we are aiming to develop personal attributes and skills to increase a student's employability, but are measuring the gaining of employment as the criterion of the success of our performance as an institution. We cannot logically develop the individual and use the institution as a measure of success. My name is George Keegan. I'm the Chief Researcher. Thank you.